Hey, I'm back. I have a clean shirt on. Anyway, so in this video, I wanted to get out of the way all the Loki episodes I've seen so far. Still not impressed with this show. I want to give a recap of everything instead of doing each individual episode because I don't think they're all worth my time. Well, I've seen them all. I mean, worth my time as far as going into detail for each, but and then I'll give my thoughts on the series. All right, episode 3. This was the slowest episode for me. Anyway, at the beginning we see female Loki reading the time cop's mind. Loki shows back up to the TVA, finds female Loki, gets his knives. They get caught, but they go to Lamentus, which is a planet, which is another apocalypse, where the moon will crash into it. So they try to sneak onto a train that will take them to an ark that will get off the planet. It's supposed to not, but they're going to try anyway. Anyway, when they get on this train, they sit and talk about, I don't know, just like life and who do you have waiting for you back home. And I'm just like, I do not care for this. This is the same Loki here. This is the same Loki that just got done fighting in the Battle of New York. And I guess his little pep talk with Owen Wilson and seeing himself die was enough to bring him down quite a few pegs. Yeah, this scene, man, so slow. Talking about their parents and if they're seeing anybody. I don't care. I'm here for time hijinks. And they have time to sit here. Which I guess what else are you going to do on a train? But man, fast forward. Anyway, what happens is Loki gets drunk, gets back in his TVA clothes because he enchanted some guard uniform. Now, this is the Loki that wants to get back to reality, and he allows himself to get hammered enough to be singing Asgardian songs enough to where the crowd knows the lyrics. There's a slow moment, and everyone knows. So either Sylvie was sleeping for a long time. That's her name, by the way. Sylvie was sleeping for a long time, or those people could learn lyrics quickly. Anyway, making a big ruckus, they get kicked out. Their little temp pad, charge-a-majig, gets destroyed. So they're like, well, let's just try to leave on the ark. I'm sorry, that was the storyline. They wanted to charge the temp pad with the ark. Now they're going to try to leave on the ark. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of boring walking and talking. They get to the ark, and it blows up anyway. End of episode. What a slap to the face. That's how they ended the episode. Now, episode 4, as they're... Oh, wait. I have my awesome non-PowerPoint. Episode 4, as they're sitting around waiting to die, they have a heart-to-heart, and they're holding hands, which causes this huge Nexus spike. So the TVA finds them. They get captured, they get split up. Loki is put in this punishment time loop where he is hit in the manhood repeatedly by Lady Sif from a past memory. While female Loki, Sylvie, is eventually going to get interrogated, but one of the time cops comes in and was like, what did you show me when you enchanted me? She's like, well, it's your past. She's like, I don't have a past. She's like, yes, you do. So now she's on their side. They're taken to the time people, time trio. Also, Mobius's mind is starting to be turned because one of the other time cops that got enchanted was just dismissed by this judge lady. And he was just like, no, well, she died. Anyway, they confront the time folks. They get into a fight. They beat up the cops. The cop lady helps him out. Sylvie throws a sword at one of the lizards' heads. And it's a robot. It's fake. Gotcha. All these gotchas into nothing. It better be a huge, cool ending because, like, there's nothing lazier. Like, can we take a page out of The Last Jedi? There's nothing lazier than having a surprise ending, but it being nothing. I'd rather let's make a metaphor here. Oh, well, let me end the episode at least. It's a robot. Loki is, I guess, is about to profess his love for Sylvie, and then he gets pruned. Anyways, there's nothing worse than a surprise that just leads to nothing. It's like too easy to do. Like in Star Wars, like, who are your parents? Nobody. Who was Snoke? Doesn't matter, he's dead. What Luke has handed his lightsaber after who knows how long after losing his Jedi academy. I can't think of any other school terms, but he gets his lightsaber. That was the end of episode 7. Whoop, throws it behind him. Like, I could give you a Christmas present, and my surprise is that the box is empty. Is it better to get a bad surprise? With a bad surprise, you have to be creative. It has to be something that stings with the person you're giving it to. Or a good surprise. Creativity. You need to think. But if I just give you an empty box, that's just lazy. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Oh, also there's a post-credit scene. Loki wakes up somewhere and he sees other Lokis. Alright, episode next. Also, here we go. This episode is the second to last. I forgot there's only 6 episodes in this season. Alright, so Loki meets baby Loki, buff Loki, old Loki. Classic Loki, as the credits say. They get him up. They hide out so they're not eaten by a cloud. It starts with an A. I can't think of its name. Whatever. Not important. Sylvie wants the judge to tell her what's going on. Judge betrays her. Sylvie self-prunes. Because the judge is like, well, maybe they're not really dead. Anyway, Sylvie shows up. Owen Wilson's there. Oh, Owen Wilson got zapped. Picks her up in a car. The other Lokis are in a hideout. President Loki shows up. All the Lokis start fighting, betraying each other. Old Loki, boy Loki, and our Loki, and the alligator Loki escape. So the Loki's, main Loki's plan was to kill the giant cloud. Sylvie's like, no, I'm gonna enchant him. Your plan is stupid. I'm better than you. Why? She said she touched it and sent something, but our Loki cannot catch a break. So all the Lokis and Owen Wilson are there. Owen Wilson has a temp pad. He goes back. Kid Loki goes away with Gator Loki. Our Loki tries to distract the cloud while Sylvie tries to touch it. It's not working. Richard E. Grant is in this. He's the classic Loki. Best part of the episode. He's trying to make, not trying, he continuously makes images of Asgard enough to where they can enchant the beast. And he's the most powerful Loki. Like, you just say this is the Loki from the comic books. Why he's so great at being him. He's making full cities from scratch repeatedly. Anyway, he dies. Sorry. Can't have nice things. Sylvie and Loki enchant the cloud beast together, and it calms down, and then it opens this portal because she's like, well, maybe it's a gatekeeper to what we really want to know. And they start walking in. That's the end of the episode. Here are my beefs with this show still. I didn't write any notes for that. Hold on. That's all I need. All right. First point. This show is not as advertised. We were given these glimpses of time heists. We knew that there was some evil Loki hopping around time. And what did they went to like future Alabama, another planet. And they kind of dabbled in like Pompeii. That's really it. Once it got to episode 3, though, it like slowed down to a screeching halt. Like, I don't know what it is about this trend where you think you have a bad guy. Bad guys like, no, the people you're working for are the bad guys. And our protagonist sympathizes with the original bad guy. And we still don't know who the bad guy is. Like, can we just get like some sort of clear cut who is who here? What else? Oh, so it slowed down in that episode, and now it's turned into like maybe Loki has romantic feelings. After all, let's break him down so he's no longer this mischievous, like uncontrollable, like the Joker. Like, I haven't seen the Joker movie, but the Heath Ledger Joker, just like Heath Ledger, leather, whatever. Just let him go. He doesn't need an explanation. He's just chaos. Some people are just evil. Some things, some archetypes, characters can just be evil for the sake of it. We still don't know who the main bad guy is. It's like they're gonna have to discover that at the end or in the next episode, and then that will have to carry you through the next season. It just slowed down episode 3. Everything else I can mention here. Well, there's like other moments where even when they're about to fight the cloud monster, Loki and Sylvie are just sitting and talking, and what are we gonna do after this? And Loki's not using his powers and chants himself a little blanket, and it's like, it's cold out here. I'm like, come on, man, you're the hero. Point number 2, Loki is weak. Weak. This is if you think about it, this is the Loki that has taken a physical beating from Thor, from the Hulk himself, the entirety of the Avengers, uh, has stood his ground, stood toe to toe. He's an Asgardian. He's the adopted son of Odin. And this fool, like, maybe when he gets to the TVA, but if he's outside the TVA, like he's fighting the guards on Lamentus, having a hard time. I'm like, man, you're an Asgardian. You're not using your powers. You let yourself get stupid, getting drunk, and get beat up. And he is so pitiful. Like, Owen Wilson bosses him around all the time. Guards and cops boss him, like, beat him up. Sylvie either beats him up or is so much better than he is. Like, Sylvie is, if she had her own show, she'd be great, but the way she treats Loki makes her unlikable because Loki is supposed to be our guy. And Loki just cannot. Like, he gets to this area is called the Void. He gets to the Void. He's still in his raggedy, I don't have an image, but raggedy TVA clothes. And I'm just like, man, your thing is enchanting wardrobes. We saw that in Avengers. We saw it in Ragnarok. Like, at least put on a clean shirt. And like, he's always the butt of a joke. Even when he thought to kill, like, there's better ways to go about this. When he thought to kill the giant cloud monsters, Sylvie's like, that's stupid. And everyone's like, that's stupid. I'm going to do this. And that's the end of it. I'm just like, when has any other protagonist had to go through this mockery? It's not even something it's not like hero's journey. You overcome something. Like, do you think Captain America was like needlessly mocked? Like, he was small and pitiful, and his general was concerned because this is supposed to be where the United States was putting their faith. And just like any leading person in the military, he's going to test them. But he never just like was like, you're stupid. What's your idea? Oh, that's a stupid idea. And then, once he broke out and started fighting on his own, he earned his respect. And that was, what's that, like midway through the movie. Not a buffoon. Not like chasing after people. What do you think we should do, boss? Duh, hey, boss. What should we do? It's just not like, I don't know why I'm repeatedly abusing myself by watching this, but I don't know what our protagonist Loki is supposed to be overcoming here. Like, what has he done? He's just been told that everything he's been about, he's supposed to be his character, God of mischief. Like, you're bad, and you're a lonely little sad boy. Like, what is he over? Has he become better because of this? He didn't get better until it took him until the end of Ragnarok to stop running away and stand side by side with his brother and his people. And then, in the very end, he was still holding out. He was not dead. At the beginning of Infinity War, Thanos had killed most of the other Asgardians. He was either trying to weasel his way out or trying to come up with a way to at least stay alive. And it's funny that this Richard E. Grant Loki was like, I made an image of myself, hid, and flew out to space to live. But it took him until the end of Ragnarok to fulfill his, I guess you can say, character arc, purpose in his life, to try to just buy his brother more time and life. And he died for it. And he knew, I mean, right before he tried to stab Thanos, he was afraid. But he would rather, I guess you could say, rather die trying than just to let Thanos run over his people, which there weren't a whole lot of people left. And now we got this buffoon Loki. Like, they tried to speed it up with this little "This is your life" video montage. But the Loki we know from the MCU is better than what we're getting. And the last thing I wrote is that it's slow, which is leads in everything else. There's just moments where like Loki and Sylvie are talking, and then Owen Wilson and the judge are sitting and chatting and having a drink, and I'm just like, what is this, like an office? This is the battle of the universe. This is just lame, man. And this one hurts because I don't know if I said this last time, but WandaVision was weird. That one made sense because it was Wanda in this deep traumatized state from losing someone. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that was lame to me. I mean, it was the tone was consistent. It just wasn't what it wasn't. It just like didn't hit as well as it could have. Now but this one, this one was like, this is Loki, man. This was. Let's see, was he? No, Bucky was there. Bucky was in Captain America. Loki was in Thor. It was like one of the originals, and supposed to be one of the most powerful. I mean, he's Thor's brother. Not related, but like this was the show that I was like, okay, this is Loki. This is villain turned. What is he gonna do? Go hijinks through time, capture another Loki in time to prove himself the better Loki version? No, he's just a dolt in his own show. I can't deal with it. One more week left, though. I will put a disclaimer that these views are not reflective of the entirety of the Dork Dad cast, Dork Dad company. But if Dork Dad Sam has anything to rebut these thoughts, he can make a video. So, see you in the next one. Hopefully I can get a video out sooner than 3 weeks behind. But I don't know why I'm putting myself through this pain. Subscribe.